All right, so the national average price of diesel in the United States is $4.65 per gallon. What's going on, my truckers? Thanks for joining today's show. So let's talk about this and let's talk about any breaks that any truck driver can get in this moment is a good one. And we know already fuel isn't one of them, right? And so this one right here is actually, I'm going to call it a win for truckers. And that win is that the insurance for truck drivers did not go up. And that's so important because since the 1980s, basically for $750,000 in liability insurance for general freight, we know that anywhere between $1 million to $5 million for hazardous materials and $75,000 for bonds for brokers, right? These limits were set back in 1980. Now, there's a lot of advocates out there saying that the insurance minimum is too low for today's standards because of medical costs have skyrocketed and lawsuit verdicts are much bigger. And we call these nuclear verdicts, right? And so a lot have suggested throughout the years that the requirement for minimum go up to 2 million to 5 million in minimum, right? And that's the last thing that an owner operator right now needs is just to pay more money. FMCSA just came out with a report that says that they do not have enough data. So it says here, according to a new report from Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, says it cannot determine whether the minimum should be raised. Why? Because many crash settlements are private. Insurance companies keep claim data confidential. Lawsuits often have non-disclosure agreements. So regulators say they don't have enough real-world numbers to justify changing the rule. So, the report also found, and I'll put that down below for you guys, right? Severe crashes can easily exceed 1 million. If adjusted for inflation, the 750,000 limit today would equal 2.2 to 3.7 million. Large jury awards against trucking companies are increasing. Some verdicts are now tens of millions of dollars. Now, here's the thing. Those nuclear verdicts, those catastrophic ones that we see, they say a study found that less than 1% of truck crashes exceed the current insurance limits. So that's a big reason regulators haven't rushed to raise the requirement yet. So bottom line, this is the break. Insurance minimum stays at $750,000. No new rules right now to raise the insurance requirements, and owner operators avoid a major cost increase, right? So overall, my truckers, I'm going to say that is our big break for now. Always here to give you the truth, but hoping for a break for truck drivers, right? And so we heard today from President Trump that he was signaling that, this war in Iran can be ending soon. So because of that, you could see oil prices started going back down in the right direction, right? And so, oil dropped today because markets think the Middle East conflict might calm down, meaning oil supply won't be disrupted as badly as feared. Now, here's the thing. I'm not even going to try and be an expert in this, but I know for damn sure, just because oil barrels went down doesn't mean that there wasn't a huge trickle effect. When you look at the last couple of days, it almost went up to $120 a barrel. And so with that, I'm just estimating here, you're not gonna see in the pumps overnight, but hopefully in the next a couple weeks to a month, we'll see prices start going back down. Right. So mud truckers, tell me, if you guys have some expertise in this, I would love to hear from you. Just want to share some information. But, a lot of drivers like Alex, diesel is going to go down right away. And just my opinion, I just don't think it works that fast. Wyoming Governor Mark Gordon has signed legislation giving all Wyoming police officers the authority to place truck drivers out of service for failing to meet English proficiency standards, it states. Previously only members of Wyoming Highway Patrol were allowed to place these truck drivers out of service. Well, not anymore. Well, it's more than that. It's Highway Patrol and all of Wyoming police officers. So just want to let you guys know that. Been really appreciating all the drivers out there for supporting checkmyload.com. We've been just building all these features out for you guys. First it started with, brokers not paying carriers. And then I led into, why don't we make an ecosystem of this? So, I have a truck parking availability, check shipper and receiver, and then also, check for fuel as well. So it's one of those things where, I'm just trying to do something free for you guys, right? We recently had a driver report a broker, and, they actually had their rate con, which was verified, and basically stated that Universal Freight Systems Inc. Didn't pay him, over $900. It's been over 180 days. It said reason payment not received. We picked up this load on 9/17/2025, delivered on 9/17. On time pickup and delivery, everything went smooth. But when we reached out to the broker for payment, they always gave us new excuses. So let me know, Universal Freight Systems Inc. Are you having issues with this too? Because this is the whole thing. If this is a one-off, then hey, that can happen. But if it's not a one-off, then we need to know so we can let more drivers know. So as of now, I do have a dispute button. Hey, they could dispute it. But this is what a driver that we verified stated, that, yeah, they did the job and did not get paid. Overall, Miller Truckers, thanks so much. Always, I just want to give a shout out to my partners, Multi-Service Fuel Card. Definitely, with fuel just being the price it is, you definitely do not want to be paying retail prices right now. So make sure, you partner with someone that's going to save you some money, right? And fuel is a huge expense. So check out Multi-Service Fuel Card. They're a great company. They care about mom and pops and owner operators, and they'll pick up your call in less than 30 seconds, right? And so, I support them and I appreciate them. So thank you so much. I'll put their links down below.
Mother trucker news. Oh, news. Mother trucker news. News. Mother trucker news. Trucker news. We got them heavy haulers, reefer vans, hoppers, and them fat step backs, double drops, RGNs, takers, containers, dumps, and bulk bags. I don't carry using passenger transporters. We got them low boys, pops, and straight trucks, even driving. You heard me, Mother Trucker News.